Hello, Yuna. So tell me about your training regime. I mean, what sort of time do you get up? How many hours a day do you train?
But nowadays it's off season, so I wake up at 8 and I start warming up off the ice at 10, and then I started skating 11. So 1 or 2 hours skating and then more of the off-ice training.
So before a big competition, I mean, how intensive is the training then?
I train for like 6 or 7 hours a day and 6 days a week, and it's really tough.
I bet.
Yeah, for me. I skate 2 sessions and then 2 or 3 sessions because of the choreography. And yeah.
Do you ever have mornings when the alarm goes off and you just think, oh, leave me alone, I want to sleep, I don't want to train?
I always feel that every morning. So yeah, it's very difficult to wake up and start training, but I'm used to it. Yeah.
What gets you out of bed? Is the passion still there?
I don't know, I'm not sure. Well, I always think that, oh, this is my job, I must do it. So I think that's all. I think there's nothing special, but well, I've been doing it so long time, so yeah.
This is obviously very different to a competition. You know, there's maybe half a dozen people watching you. How does it feel when there are thousands of people in the stands that are cheering for you? What's that sensation like?
Well, in competition, when I start performance, I try not to think about all the pressure from the fan, but I got a lot of energy from them. Always, they make me more perfect, and then yeah, and of course in Korea I don't have much more chance to skate in Korea, but I've been doing a few shows in Korea, and I love skating from my Korean fans. Yeah.
But I mean, the pressure obviously is there from the Korean side because you're such an icon to many people here. Do your nerves ever get to you? Do you ever get so nervous you think, I don't think I can perform?
Yeah, sometimes, but it's not about the pressure from my fans, just it's all about me. And if I've done a perfect practice, I don't get nervous at all, but sometimes I don't feel really ready for the competition, so at that time I got nervous so much.
Now, you're very active in nurturing new talent and helping Korea to find the next you. When you were training, when you were younger, I understand you had to train at night because there weren't enough ice rinks, the facilities weren't there. Has this changed?
많이 바뀌지는 않은 것 같아요.
I don't think this has changed much. Although the number of ice rinks and available time for skating has increased since then because there are more new skaters, we're still in great shortage of facilities. It's sad to see young skaters practicing very early in the morning or very late at night. It's still a harsh environment to train new talented skaters, so I think it would take a long time to establish the right environment.
시간이 많이 걸릴 것 같아요.
Now, you started skating at the age of 5, and your coach at that time said that they saw something in you, and that's why they wanted to encourage you to go further. Have you since spoken to that coach? Have they explained what it was that they saw in you?
사실 그때는 제가 정말 어렸을 때고
I was very young then. I didn't even know there was such a thing as figure skating. So I started skating with no idea. The coach suggested the idea of professional skating to my mom. I didn't know any of it. I just skated for fun. I still see him sometimes, and I'm grateful to him. We would have missed such a chance if he hadn't told my mom what he thought of me. I think it was fortunate to have crossed paths with such a person.
Just a few years later, you started competing internationally. Do you remember your first international competition?
그때 국제대회는 이제 ISU
Back then, it wasn't an official ISU competition. It was a beginner's level, one below the junior level. I went with a fellow trainee. I just went there to gain some experience before a junior level competition without any thought of winning a medal. I unexpectedly did well, and many people complimented me. I really didn't expect it. It just turned out to be that way. I was too young to understand what was going on, but it was the first small step that made me think, I can do it. So it was important in a way that helped me maintain a good record, even after the debut at a junior level.
Now, as I say, you started skating at age 5. Do you ever feel that you've been training and pushing so hard for so long that you've missed out on anything, on part of your childhood?
아무래도 어렸을 때부터 훈련을 했기 때문에
I did miss out on much of the school experience. I believe it's natural to lose track of many things when you focus so much on one thing, so I don't think much of it now, and I'm happy where I am.
Now, your mum is obviously your biggest supporter, and she has written a book about the sacrifices she's made to get you to where you are today. Do you think you would be here if it wasn't for your mother's support?
어렸을 때부터 거의 매일
I've trained with her almost every day since I was very young, and I've had arguments and disputes with her. Coaches are there for you, but not always. I've learned a lot by being with my mother, and I think it's because of her that I was able to focus and train harder with no breaks. If it weren't for her, it would have been hard to be where I am now.
So if in the future you have a daughter or a son, would you encourage them to follow in your footsteps?
제가 이제 이 일을 오래전부터 걸어왔기 때문에
I've been in this field for a long time, so I don't think I'll make them follow in my footsteps. I know how hard it is because I've been doing it, and although other careers would be just as hard, I wouldn't recommend it to them.
Coming up, the question that stumped South Korea's golden girl.
제가 보기에 이제 스케이팅, 스트로킹이라고 좀 활주하는 게 좀 자연스러워서 정말 많이 놀랐는데요. 전체적 음악 선곡이 잘 어울렸다고 생각했는데 키스 앤 크라이 점수는 7.9입니다.
7.9.
Now you have a show called Kiss and Cry at the moment, which is where celebrities learn how to skate, sort of a dancing on ice. Now it is your realm because it's skating, but you're out of your comfort zone because you're presenting. What made you want to do this?
제가 어렸을 때는 이제
When I was young, many people didn't know what figure skating was. Some who knew a bit thought of it as dancing on ice. But as I entered international competitions and got good results, many people got to know more about it and came to cheer for me. I decided to host my show, Kiss and Cry, hoping that people actually want to participate and feel more familiar with figure skating. When I see these people enjoying themselves, it's a great joy to me. Although some of them get hurt once in a while, they enjoy it a lot, and I hope the show makes the viewers want to give it a try.
들게끔 하는 그런 기회가 됐으면 좋겠어요.
Now I understand Kiss and Cry refers to the area that you have to sit and wait in while you're waiting for your score, when you're competing. How do you feel when you're sitting there waiting for that score to appear?
어쩌면 연기를 할 때보다 더 긴장되는 순간인 것 같아요.
In some ways, it's more nerve-wracking than the actual performance. No matter how well I perform, it's something I can't predict, and when the actual score comes out, there are moments when I want to get out of there or when I'm really happy. It's a moment of many emotions for all athletes, because it's when everything unfolds. It is the most important, most anticipated, and sometimes most dreadful time, with as much significance as the actual performance.
주목받는 그런 자리인 것 같아요.
Now you're also well known for singing.
나는 버블이 든 것뿐이야 날개를 펴
펴고 가슴을 펴고 힘껏 날아올라봐.
When you retire from skating, is this going to be your next project?
전혀 아니고요. 이제 그동안 뭐 노래를
Never. I sang a few times, but I don't have any intention of becoming a singer. I mean, situations keep coming up where I need to sing, but honestly, I only want to figure skate.
Now, you wrote an autobiography at the tender age of 20. Do you ever allow yourself to just sit back, look at what you've accomplished and pat yourself on the back?
네, 아직 뭐 20살밖에 안 됐지만
Even though I'm only 20, I've experienced and lost many things in that short time. It's usually the hard times that linger in my memory the longest, because I've experienced that much more than a brief moment of glory. In the end, I've gradually achieved what I wanted. There were some tough times, but with one step at a time, I didn't have any big slumps. I consider myself very lucky, and I'm very grateful. But there's still a whole life left ahead of me. So I want to live well. Yes, I want to live well.
Now, with all your time taken up with training, with traveling, with TV work, when do you get time for you to have some fun? Do you get time to have fun or relationships?
이제 올림픽 시즌 이후에는 정말
I was very busy after the Olympic season, but this year I've had some personal and training time, so I'm spending time with friends and family members that I haven't been able to see.
So, what do you do to relax with your family and friends when you have the time with them?
우선 한국에서는 제가 이제 마음껏 거리를
In Korea, I'm in a position where I can't freely roam around. Although there's some difficulty, I can go to restaurants to eat and chat with my friends, the usual things that people do.
Now, here in Korea, you're usually referred to as Queen Yuna. I mean, how does that make you feel? And the fact that there's such intense support and pressure here?
우선 그렇게 이제 또
I'm happy they call me that, but it also comes with the responsibility to perform that much better. When I hear that, I guess it gives me more confidence. I'll just have to keep skating well to maintain that nickname.
Now, thousands, if not millions, of girls around the world look up to you, and many of them aspire to be like you. Who do you aspire to be like? Who's your mentor?
제가 막 스케이팅 시작하고 한 1, 2년이 됐을 때
In 1998, a year or two after I started skating, I saw Michelle Kwan at the Nagano Olympics. I liked her a lot, and I could remember every part of her performance. She was the world champion many times over a long period, and although not a gold medalist, there was no skater as respected and recognized as her. So I wanted to become someone like her. Now I've achieved all the dreams I initially planned, and I felt very honored to have my role model come to my performance as a guest, and we performed together. It was like a dream.
So, a question that all your fans will want to know the answer to. How much longer do you think you will be competing?
이제 지금으로서는 이제 평창 올림픽
I'm now only focusing on the bid for the Pyeongchang Olympics. Only after that can I think about the future. But as of now, nothing has been decided. I'm only focusing on the Pyeongchang bid.
Yuna Kim, it's been a pleasure. Thank you.